Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. The gold standard is here on February the 3rd, 2026, 6:47 a.m. on the Drive to Work live radio show. And after we recap yesterday's market, it did do what we thought it would do on the open. We had a harsh sell-off Sunday night on February the 1st, and we had a nice bounce back early Monday morning through the mid-afternoon hours on Monday's trading, where from the lows to the highs, it bounced a good 3 to 7% in Ethereum and in Bitcoin, and the smaller cap coins like XRP, XLM, and some of those kind of coins, they did bounce 4 to 7%, close to 10% from their lows. But mid-afternoon on towards the close of the day yesterday on Monday the 2nd, they did sell off. And right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum, especially Ethereum this morning, is down about 3.5%. And what I would be watching for in crypto this morning and throughout the day is, do we take out the Sunday night, early Monday before the market open lows? If we don't take those out and we get a bounce back, you're going to have a nice rally back up, probably close to the 100-day moving averages in the weekly time frame in those coins in crypto. If we take out the Sunday night lows, we're going down to the 200-day moving average in the weekly time frame. And in Bitcoin, that's around $64,000 if you take out the Sunday night pre-market open Monday morning lows on the Bitcoin and across the crypto sphere. That's what we're watching out for today after that bounce back that we got yesterday that we thought. We're watching to see if we take out those lows. If Bitcoin takes out the Sunday night low, if XLM and XRP, the Doge even, if they take out those Sunday night lows, the trap will have been set and the price is going down to the 200-day moving averages in the weekly time frame. And I cannot, hey, there's 11 people here. Welcome aboard to the Crypto Live Time Drive radio show. But I can't stress that enough after that reactionary textbook playbook trap bounce back yesterday. If you take out those lows of Sunday night, you're going down to the 200-day moving averages in the weekly time frame, not the daily, in the weekly. You got to go out to the weekly time frame charts and look at the moving averages, because that's where you're going if you take out those lows. But as we've been talking about since the Drive Time show yesterday, if you get a bounce this morning and through the early to mid-morning trading, you could have a nice rally that brings you back up to your drop points from Friday of last week, close to the 100-day moving average in the weekly time frame, right? Bitcoin, I think it's around, I wish I could pull my chart up on here, but you would have a nice $5 to $8 to maybe $10,000 pump to the upside in Bitcoin if you can hold those lows tonight. Across the commodity sphere, I want to make sure I check out those. You're having a big bounce back, something we thought we would see yesterday. We didn't see it yesterday in the silver and gold bullion. This morning, though, we're up about 9 or 10% in silver, 6% in gold, about $8 to $10 an ounce in silver, $300 or $400 and $300 an ounce in gold. That's a reactionary bounce back after a major, major dump. And what you want to watch in the gold and silver bullion to not fall into a trap is how we're having what looks like a V-shaped recovery after a 20 to 30% to 35% peak to trough in about 3 days in the bullion market. Got quickly oversold, so now you're having the textbook rally back up to get all the people that went in on the shorts, to get them locked in at big losses to sell out on this, what I believe is a quick retracement to the upside, which should do about 50% to maybe 70% of the initial move up from the low. So you've already made about 30% of that back up on this move up. I would expect this to lose momentum over the next day or two and eventually have another big leg to the downside in the silver and gold bullion market. That's what I'm seeing there. I don't think we're done with the downside. I think everybody's still too bullish, but the mining sector did get beat down very quickly, and they're having a nice pump back up this morning, and we're going to have to see if that continues. But But I think the mining sector, there's going to be a good buying opportunity in the next month or two between now and all the equities. I think we're going to make maybe some lows between now and when Jerome in a month or 2 months gets thrown out and they bring in the new Shalaki, the new government yes man, and the new man that'll drive interest rates to where this administration wants it to in the United States. And then I believe that's where you have the next major leg down in the dollar and the next major leg up in gold and silver bullion in the commodity sector. But right now, the gold standard believes they're doing a textbook market manipulation dump across the board in the commodity sector because it got pumped up so high and the retail was jumping in left and right and couldn't contain themselves. So it was a perfect time for them to drop down the price. We have any almost about to drop fire. Cool. Thanks for, I see a few people on here joining the radio show. And again, it's more important than ever. Go to my Facebook page, to you 14 people on here. Facebook, market updates at a click. Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. You have to be there. It's free. It's where you get my thoughts and insights that you need and the information made for the retail trader. And that's why it's there. Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing Facebook. It's free. I don't know why you're not there. If you're the trader that buys tops, sells the bottoms, gets emotionally sucked in by the market manipulators and the criminally infiltrated social media groups, you need to be on that Facebook page. Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing Facebook. We're starting to take off on there. I give you market live updates in real time because it's much easier, faster, and simpler on the go because I work 7 days, 70 hours a week at a job. So I can't be on here posting all day. So I have to make time to post like my drive to work where we can do this quick radio show to give market recaps and what we're looking for in the market before it opens as it's 6:53 in the morning, several hours East Coast time before the market opens. But check me out there on Facebook. You get lots more frequent updates and information you need on the go in real time, right? But that's what we're looking at in crypto today. We'll do a nice video here this morning to take a look at the charts. If you guys got any charts that you want me to look at, tell me in the live. And then when I go and do my update, I'll look at those coins. I have never bought. Where to begin? Where to begin, my good man, JM 2058, it looks like, is you buy the bear market. So Bitcoin, you get below 50,000 and you wanted to buy Bitcoin, start nibbling. You get down to 30,000, buy more. You get to 20,000, buy more. But as long as you're going down, if you don't know where to begin, you're down 25%, buy some on a day, whatever coin you want. You're off 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% from a recent high. Start buying and buy as it goes down. And then when it starts to go up and starts to really go up, stop buying and ride the rally, right? I'm not a financial advisor. That's just what I do. When the market seems thin, when the market seems like there's panic and nobody's talking about it and it's not the in thing in the media and on social media and on the mainstream, that's when you buy. When it starts to be hyped up, talked about, people at work want to buy it, asking you about it, you hear the rumblings and the whispers around the water cooler and the coffee table, sell, right? It's cutthroat. That's what you got to do. And right now we're in a bear market. We've been in a bear market for a year. Just nobody wanted to admit that. And now is the accumulation time. XRP is down at $1.60 the other day. Everybody wanted it all day, every day, and couldn't get enough at $3.58 and higher. Now it's down 60%, been cut in half. And not a motherfucker wants to buy it, right? Nobody wants XRP right now at $1.60. You guys all want to buy it at $2.60, $3.60, $12.60. Right? When it's going down at $1.60, going down at 60 cents, going down at 30 cents, nobody wants to buy it. Just like silver bullion, nobody wanted it at 15. Nobody wanted it at 25. Nobody wanted it at 35. Nobody wanted it at 45. Everybody wanted it at 95. Couldn't get enough of it at 120. Now that it dropped to $20 to $76 in a day and a half on Friday, nobody wanted it, right? Now that it's going up today, everybody's going to want it. Now that it's touching 90 again, you guys are going to want it. You got to buy the drops. You got to buy the bear markets. Once it's pumping and it's up 5 to 10x, that's not when you buy it. You've missed it, right? You're going to have a very small window to make any kind of profit and get out before you get trapped and before you get sucked in and before you get molested all the way down. Because you don't want to ride the downside of the roller coaster, the downside of the mountain. You want to ride the upside of the mountain, the ascending. You want to ascend. You don't want to be on the flight when you're descending into the ground because you lost cabin pressure and 2 of the 3 engines have just blown up, right? You don't want to be that guy. You're not going to land it in the Potomac. You're not that guy. You're the guy that's going to ride it to the bottom. You're the guy that's going to get wrecked and never jump back into the market at the opportune time to make some money, to facilitate a better life for yourself, and to have a higher standard of living for yourself as everyone and everything around you and the standard of living is collapsing with the prices hyperinflating, no matter what country you're watching me from, Canada, Mexico, the United States, Europe, Britain, China, Japan, wherever you may be, we all have one thing in common. Our local currencies are being debased. Our products that we buy in consumer goods and food and necessities to live are skyrocketing year over year, decade over decade. The politicians in our own countries, whether you're Democrat, Republican, or whatever kind of left, right, green, red, purple, whatever you call it in your country, it's all a lie. They're all lying to you. They get up there with a great smile and tell you what you want to hear, depending on what side of the fence you're on. Just to fleece, heist, and chase you, brother. You're being fleeced, heisted, and chased by the goddamn criminal gangsters, right? And you got to get out of that. Get out of that paradigm where you believe these heisters and fleecers and market manipulators and people that don't have your best interest out there for you. They don't. The government does not have your best interest. George Carlin, a legendary, rest in peace, great comedian, said the worst words you can ever hear. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Run the other way as fast as you can if you ever hear the government say, I'm here to help. Even when they're good intentioned, it turns out bad. They are not here to help. I don't care what country you're in. I know this is an unpopular opinion, and YouTube probably won't like it, but they are not here for your best interest. They're not. You have to make your own goodwill, your own good fortune, and your own prosperity for yourself. Don't rely on the government to give you money, the government to give you a tax break, the government to wipe out bad debt that you've acquired or mistakes that you've done. You have to do it for yourself. And that's how we're going to sign off today. The governments aren't there to help you. They're not there to help you in retirement, to finance and plan your education and future, to teach you anything about money. They're there to collect taxes, pretend to build roads horribly, manufacture a facade that they're doing stuff for your own public and national security, and take your tax money. And we're there to pay the tax bill, but it's our job to plan for our own retirement, do our own investing, facilitate our own economic and financial future and success, and not them. And that's what we're here for at the Gold Standard, for me to share some of the things that I've learned in investing and becoming an asset millionaire by hard work, dedication, grinding it out, living below my means, savvy investing, timely investing, a little bit of luck, a good timing, and a whole combination of above, but never depending on the government, never taking a handout from anybody. Didn't start with money, started with nothing, and grew slowly my way up the ladder. Signing off from the Gold Standard at 7 a.m. as I clock into work again for day 40 in a row on 710s in Southern Ontario. Peace and love to the beautiful Gold Standard family.